Hello. I am just watching for the best location. We're actually having a half decent day today, so I thought I'd film outside. So here we go. This is from my deck. There's a little like lake type thing behind there. So I got asked in my Facebook community, which is women creating healthy lives. So if you're a woman over 40 and you're having kind of the midlife thing going on and you want to join a fantastic Facebook community, that's where I go. I live mostly all the time posting a lot of great information. That's at Women Creating Healthy Lives. So come and join us. Great group of women. Anyways, someone asked in that community, is it easier to lose weight after menopause? And in a comment, and I was like, oh, I could answer, but it would probably take me, a lot longer. So I wanted to do this. I said I'd do this video. And is it easy? Yes, it is easier to lose weight after menopause if, and this is if you've kind of taken care of yourself during perimenopause. So when all those hormonal changes are going on and your body's producing, your ovaries less estrogen, you got low progesterone too, you got a lot of things going on. Then you're in that hormone fluctuation big time. And the adrenal glands are going to try to work to produce estrogen for you and your hormones. But if they're tired, stressed out, exhausted, then we put weight on. The fat around your midsection actually produces the hormones too. So if you're stressed out, you need a lot more fat. So you're going to be putting on more fat. But that's because you're in this really crazy hormonal fluctuation, right? So when menopause ends, so that is 1 year after you haven't had your period, and over that, past that, your body does regulate a little bit. It doesn't mean your hormones stop adjusting or stop decreasing, because estrogen tends to start decreasing a lot more at that time. But things do start to regulate. And if you've taken care of yourself during perimenopause, that means you've totally changed what you eat. Because before, in your 20s, 30s, and even early 40s, you can tend to eat a lot more carbohydrates. So I'm talking about not just vegetables, but the starchier ones, right? You might even be able to eat meat with no problems. Dairy, maybe you're a yogurt fan and you have dairy and things like that and you're fine, right? Maybe even gluten or wheat. And then you get into perimenopause, like the really hormone fluctuation, and your body's like doing all these crazy things. So you could have digestive problems big time. You could have food sensitivities all of a sudden. You could get really bloated, retain a lot of water, feel terrible, have acid reflux. Like a lot of things can go on. So if you do not correct it then, like correct it by what you eat, and also see your doctor, get checked out, see a naturopath or a natural doctor, right? You need extra supplements because your hormones, the food for hormones are minerals, a big part of minerals. And so your diet needs to consume a lot of high quality nutrients so that your body is going to function at its best. Goes through a lot of stress at this time and a lot of changes. So if during this phase you have done, you've really cleaned up your diet, right? You've taken out the wheat, the dairy, all the gluten stuff, the starchy carbs, like pretty much eliminated most of those. If you've also gotten rid of toxins, as in preservatives and food colorings, because preservatives, hello, whoever, Kathleen, don't have my glasses on, because preservatives and toxins in your food and all that cause weight gain too, because your body holds on to those toxins, can't get rid of them in fat. So, when your hormones are producing less, anyways, there's a whole bunch of things that go on during perimenopause. So after you finish menopause, things do start to regulate a little bit. So if you've cleaned up your eating, right, the no toxins, no heavy starches, you really should slightly decrease those. And if you eat rice or pasta, I'd say don't eat pasta, rice noodles, something like that, and maybe a bit of squashes and yams and things like that, then just more veggies with them, right? So if you've really taken care of yourself, if you've maybe done some energy work, if you've done some body work, if you've worked on decreasing stress in your life, doing something like yoga is perfect because it teaches you the breathing to decrease the stress and it moves your body. If you are going through a lot of hormonal changes and you're stressed too because of your life and you're feeling you're really tired and fatigued, a lot of exercising is not the right thing to do. So if you've taken care of yourself through perimenopause, and I really show you that through the programs, you're eating everything, so that's what you learn. Then when menopause comes and you're kind of through it, you will feel better. Your weight will regulate. And like I have gone down to, I don't know, I'm probably about 105 now or so. But because I developed all the good habits and took care of myself and did whatever it took, that part of my life that, when I came into it, I felt like just so much more amazing. You know, you're finished with all the huge fluctuations and the craziness, and you get through kind of like to the other side, as I say. And I don't even have to worry much about what I eat really anymore, like my weight. And that's how I was before I went through perimenopause. I was working out all the time. I don't even work out as much anymore. But I've changed my eating so much that my body is just so used to it. It's become such a pattern, a habit. It's just the way I live. Yet I do get to enjoy. I still enjoy the stuff that you would think, like still like French fries. I still like beer every once in a while. It bothers me, but I still like cheese every once in a while. You know, plain potato chips every once in a while. I still allow myself to have those types of things. I just don't eat a lot of them. But I actually eat huge amounts of really healthy food. And that's what is the key. The key is to bring in a huge amount of healthy foods. It's not really about what you take out, because it's not about deprivation. You also need your good fats. And the whole no carbohydrates or, you know, there's a couple things going on now. There's this like no carb diet, low carb. Well, broccoli is a carb, celery is a carb, cucumber. I mean, they're all carbohydrates, for God's sakes. They are, you do need to eat them. It's the starchy stuff, like the breads, of course, and the pastas, and a lot of white rices, or even a lot of brown rice isn't going to be your friend. That's going to put it on weight. During perimenopause and kind of menopause, our body just cannot process the carbohydrates very well. So basically what it does is you eat them, it turns it to fat. So if you're still consuming muffins, scones, pastas, breads, anything like that, you're going to put on the weight and you won't be able to lose it. That is just the way it is at this time of life. Our body just cannot process them well anymore. So now I've gotten used to not having that stuff. But of course, I can still have a gluten-free bagel sometimes. I can have a gluten-free muffin sometimes. I can now have those things without it upsetting my body like it used to. So yes, things do settle down, but it is so important that you get it under control before you go into perimenopause, or definitely while you're in that phase. All right, so that is, whoever wanted to hear about this, I know some of you guys are like, what? Don't have no interest. But anyways, and if you're interested, that's what I do with my programs, is I completely guide you in a step-by-step way. You get all the recipes, the meal plans. We talk about how to decrease the stress. You talk about your mindset. We talk about the changes that are going on. You truly understand what's going on in your body and how you can deal with it at that phase. Because like I said, crucial. I can't express it enough to get it under control when you're going through it, because when you come out, because it does end, perimenopause, you will be so much more balanced and you won't have the big, huge weight problem. Because if you don't, women do tend to keep gaining weight, but gaining if they have not changed what they eat. It's just, I've seen it. I hear it from women all the time who are 60 or over and finished menopause and they have the problem with the weight gain. It's because they didn't do the proper changes when they were going through the change. Makes sense. But be part of our Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives, because I answer your questions. I post videos, recipes, meal ideas, all that good stuff. And you can check out my site and programs at dianamarchand.com. Please feel free to forward this to any woman you know who may be interested in getting help during this phase and after. So I said anybody who's 45 and over, basically. Take care. Bye-bye.